Started filming, on video cameras, I started filming in 1990. I first got an actual film camera when I was like 12 or 13. I got it at a garage sale, and those were like, it was 8 millimeter, so you had to develop it and then whatever, all that, pay for it. But that was just like before skateboarding, so it was just like filming my friends, and I wanted to make a movie. I got like psyched. I was like, you can make a movie with this. So I went and bought the camera and all but it was so expensive. By the time like everything said and done, just 3 minutes would have cost me like $25 just for 3 minutes of footage. And to make a whole movie the way I wanted to, it would have cost so much. And I'm just knocking on doors, selling newspaper subscriptions and making like $10 a week. It just wasn't gonna happen. But then when I first got my video camera in 1990, so that makes it 29 years. In February of 92, Rodney had called me to film him for Plan B because he needed a filmer. They just guess they didn't have enough. They were in San Diego and he was up here, so I'm up here. So it was like a perfect fit. The boys that I was skating with, like Day One and all these AM kids, had told him. They put a good word in for me, and so Rodney called me up. But at that time I had a job. He'd pick me up at 5 after work and we'd go film until 3 or 4 in the morning. But then I'd get home and like barely get any sleep. And then I told him, and he's like, well, you could just work in the back at World. We do the same thing. We do t-shirt printing. Because that's what my job was. My job was t-shirt printing. We went out to dinner to talk about that, and they said, you know what, forget working in the back. Just, how about you just film these guys, all the AMs? Because, at that time they were trying to make an AM video or something. They were trying to make a video, a full-length video, and so they needed somebody to film those guys too. So that's what I ended up doing. They just gave me a job, just trusted me with writing my hours down on a notepad and said, here, we'll pay you $10 an hour. We'll trust you. Just write down the hours you film. And that's what I did. As a filmer, before I got a job at World, I was just a kid running around with the camera. I was just running around skating with my brother and skating with his friends and skating with Day One, skating with my friend Steve and Milton and all the crew. And but during that time, I was just working. I was right out of high school. I screwed up in high school. I could have went to an art college because I had applied. My mom even had to pay for the application and everything, and I was approved. Got the letter. We were psyched. Since I had screwed up so much, I had to make up a lot of classes. And so I went to this regional occupational center. It's like a vocational school. It's called SCROC, Southern California Regional Occupational Center. And I learned production art, like graphic design, production art, how to like do the kind of artwork for like t-shirt printing even. And so right out of high school, I just got a job right away. I got lucky that my mom knew somebody that was running a little like side job where he would just do like bootleg shirts. And so he needed an artist, and that's what I did. And then when I got my video camera, I started filming every day. So I'd be working at a screen print shop and then, skating and filming. Well, for us, we first heard about New Deal because you see, back in the days when I was just skating every day and just working and skating, me and my brother used to skate castle, and we used to try to go to all the events. And I laugh because it's like my brother was good. He used to place high, but not me. And so I was always making a point of going to all the events because they'd give you points. And at the end of the year, if you had racked up all the points, you get invited to like the state championships or whatever. And so I don't know. I just wanted to go to all the events, even if they were vert and I couldn't skate vert, but whatever. One time there was like this ceremony, this event. I think it was, I don't know, some kind of like a award ceremony. And so at that ceremony, Sonia's like announcing, she's like, okay, so we got a treat, we got a surprise for you. There's a video that we're gonna watch, it's premiering. And so they put it on, and that was the New Deal promo. So they showed it, and it was sick. It was short, but it was sick. We were watching it, we were just like, no way, what is this? Like, oh, that's when I first heard about New Deal. Like, oh, this is like a new company. They showed the boards and everything. And man, we were psyched. Me and my brother were just like, oh, this is so sick. And it was, to us, it was a lot like, all the other things that were going on at the time, like the new companies that were coming out that were not like the 80s companies, they were coming out at that time, like World and, you know, like H Street, all that stuff. Like their videos were like that. You know, all the videos were like H Street like that. Rubbish Heap, you know, all these videos were coming out like that. But their companies were like that too. They were like all these new style companies. So the name was fitting, you know, the name was good. It was the New Deal. I like that part where they were explaining that graphic. It was pretty cool because there's like this story behind it in the graph where you like write the little bubble, you can write whatever you want in it, you know, like that. And yeah, it was cool. So me and my brother come back from that ceremony after watching the New Deal promo, and I just remember like, I mean, it had an impact on us, like, you know, not only like skating wise because, you know, Danny Sargent, Andy Howell, and I loved watching Douglas's crazy lip tricks, and like, you know, dude skated vert like it's a mini ramp, you know, just crazy lip tricks, and you know, and then Ed. It's crazy because we used to see Ed skate 7th Street, you know. So yeah, we looked up to all these dudes. But yeah, I remember coming home from that event and just being psyched on the whole thing, you know, like the way the graphics were, the way they were drawn out, looking like, you know, drawn out on crayon, and like the sun and the little like tweaked looking spray can, and it all looked kind of like graffiti style. It was like our style, you know what I mean? It was like right around that time when all the skaters were kind of graffiti art. You know, they were like taggers and skaters, almost the same thing. All my friends were skaters that were taggers, you know. They ended up doing the graffiti at the World Park, those dudes, you know, my friend Steve. We were all just skating and just having fun, but at the same time, we just came from watching like POW videos in the 80s that were like high-end production, you know, and now we're watching H Street videos and New Deal videos, and we're just watching the way they were made, and we're just like, dude, we could probably just get a camera like that, you know, we know where we can get one. And so we were influenced, we were inspired to go out and get a camera and just go and film ourselves because it looked like that's what they were doing. It looked to us like, oh, dude, it wasn't like some video pro was filming them. It was like these guys are just handing the camera off and just having fun. Or maybe there was like a pro filmer guy, but, you know, it just looked like the way it was packaged together, just having fun, and we wanted to be part of that, you know? Film ourselves, make our own videos. And it's funny because that's all that people do now. It's like, you can't go skating without having it filmed. But either way, you know, it's all about posting now. It's all about posting it. But back then, we didn't have an outlet. I mean, we just had this like pie in the sky, like dream of being on Skate TV. There was this thing on Nickelodeon called Skate TV, and they're like, you send in your VHS tape, and we might choose you and show it. So we're like, dude, let's make this tape. It's not like I wanted to be sponsored or anything, but we still wanted to watch ourselves on TV and watch ourselves skate the way we watched our favorite pros skating in the videos. We wanted to, you know, because we could. We knew where we can get the cameras. Now it's about just going up and getting it, you know, and getting inspired to go in and do it. Go out and film each other and go out and have fun and go out and skate. You know what I mean? And that's what I think videos like New Deal did. You know, besides serving as a promo, it served as a way to spin off a whole new style of skating, a whole new culture.